Hi, welcome to this introductory video about tapping, where we will present to you basic elements, basic points about the tapping. Maybe some of you who already used EFT or you know something more about tapping, this probably is well-known subject to you. However, it is taking on a kind of different level, and it's also recommended to you to watch and check if everything is according to the methodology that we use in the SuperSoul Solutions and in the shortcut to having more book and program method. Today we'll learn about tapping points. We'll just discuss where they are, how to tap on them. After this video, you'll be able to choose the best tapping points and to try out the sequence that we recommend. It will be simple and effective. If you keep it simple, it will be effective because it is. And sometimes our minds just get in our way and overcomplicate things, but in this shortcut to having more methodology and system, there is really no reason to make anything complicated. So first of all, be sure that tapping, if used properly, is really potent tool, body-mind tool that will create and generate incredible results, incredible improvements in overall well-being in your psyche, in your feelings, in your emotions, in your financial advancement, in your earning potential, abundance, wellness, wealth consciousness, and so many other aspects. One thing, this thing now here which you see on the screen is really important for me to share with you, because you see today, in short, really, today so many people speak about methods and systems of cleaning out limiting beliefs, I don't know, counter-intentions, different obstacles, programming of our minds. However, it's very rare amongst all that hundreds and thousands of books and programs. It's very rare that you find a system which will not only help you to detect exact obstacles that you suffer from, that are stopping you in your advancement, but even more importantly, you will not find very often a tool and a system that will efficiently locate, measure, and then eliminate, gradually but efficiently, eliminate all these obstacles and all that unwanted elements which are dragging us and keeping us stuck. In our methodology, in the shortcut to having more, everyone who went through the process is showing by example, and everyone can tell you that this happens really in a pretty short and realistic time frame. And why? What that has to do anything with PTSD here? You see, my simple point is that if you see a tapping as a modality is the only clinically proven or checked tool, modality that is actually measured and proven to be so efficient, so potent, so powerful that it actually eliminates and heals even the worst traumas which human being can have, which is PTSD, by the way. Everything else which we suffer from, it's of lower or much lower intensity. So if you can find and tell me about another tool, another modality which is clinically proven, not by one tool, find me even a tool which is proven by one clinical study. It's just there is no other system and no other gurus clearing program energy and so on. Nothing has so many clinical proofs, and also so many people that actually are taking their lives in a whole another level. And that's exactly what is going on also in a financial aspect, in aspect of personal growth and financial growth. To speed up a little bit, you for sure already learned about that tapping is using the meridians in a subtle and gross body. Meridians are the pathways of the energy. You can call it energy or chi in China, or prana in India and Ayurveda. So these meridians are known already long time, more than 5,000 years actually. I skipped one slide, just one. So this energy, these meridians, this points and tapping in particular way is meant to stimulate the energy within our minds and bodies. So starting with the explanation of this process, let me recommend to you that my recommendation, those who know me already heard about it, my recommendation is that before you start tapping, I really recommend everyone to start with a simple and nicely mastered connecting to the source energy routine, which is, by the way, described in my first book, already published. Those who really learned it from the book or from the videos which I provide, or from the seminar or personal coaching, and those who use connecting to source energy as an intro to the tapping session, they actually accelerate double, triple, and quadruple and more really the success level and amount of generated energy and results by tapping. So this is what I really recommend. One thing first in any tapping methodology is that we actually first of all identify the problem that we want to focus on, and that's done by our programs. We identify exactly what the problem is, and we start working on it, tapping on it. For example, if your problem, for example, is that you are stressed out, so you can take a sequence or a line like even though I'm stressed out, I'm choosing to be okay, and you can start tapping to the points while repeating that line of that statement. What is important here is I will explain moments just now in 1 second, but what is really important is that you do not use too hard tapping or too gentle kind of tapping. I really recommend the best practices are practices when you use enough firm tap on a point, but not too harsh that you cause any kind of discomfort. I will show you how I use the tapping on different and what points I use, and you can choose then from it what feels best for you. And for beginning, as you could see here, it's also always best to keep a particular order, line up of the points. So if you start from up and moving down, when you finish your last point which you use, you just move back to this one circle, so you repeat these circles one after another while repeating different lines of text. So what points, tapping points, we really recommend in Super Soul Solutions and in our shortcut to having more systems. So first is the top of the head point. Top of the head, it's as the word says, it's just on the top of your skull. There is your so-called crown area. Usually people use 3 fingers, or you can use 4 fingers and tap on it like that. That's the first point. Moving on, second one is eyebrow point, which is just in the beginning, inner side of your eyebrow, beginning of your eyebrow. People use 1 or 2 fingers. Rarely I saw people who are like feeling comfortable to use 3 fingers. If you have glasses like me, sometimes you could feel better if you lift up your glasses, but sometimes depending on your frame, you can do this and additional 2 other points by removing slightly your glasses. Side of the eye point is the third point, which is here, just under this bony structure in the side of your eye. You can remove your glasses slightly and tap, usually with 1 finger or 2 fingers, because these points are pretty small in the size. Same like the next point, which is under the eye. Directly under your eye, center of your eye, there is a point on this bone. You can use 1 finger, you can use 2 hands, especially if you do like this. You can do like this. Doesn't matter, one side or both sides, it works in any case. Under nose point, hopefully you have nothing to remove, so nothing on your way to reach to your nose point. And the same thing is in a very simple way, is under the chin or chin point. And then you have a collarbone point, which is a little bit tricky. Collarbone beginning, it's here and you always feel it, but this point is not above the collarbone, but it's under it, just under it and a little bit diagonal. So best way is to take your thumb or a finger and follow the down side of your collarbone and press it a little bit more, and when you feel this place where you feel a little bit more tender, a little bit more pain, then usually that's the point. Usually it's just very simple to move from this point diagonal under the collarbone, and you will find it. So you can use 2 or even 3 fingers here, both hands or 1 hand, does not matter. And that's the collarbone point. And the last one, which not necessarily you have to use, but you could use it because it's also as a collarbone point, it's also very potent, and it really helps when you deal with bigger problems and more intense movements of energy. It's under the armpit point, just under the arm, maybe like 4 fingers on the side, exactly under the arm, and that's the point. Some people can do like that. I cannot. I mean, I can, that's really not comfortable for me, but if you feel better, you can feel free to do that. Yeah, so pretty much that's it. Congratulations, you just completed your first tapping sequence, if this was your first time. And be sure that now when you learn it, when you adjust to it, you can start really this deep inside inner clearing process, which will really accelerate and help you to get rid of obstacles that are on your way to earning more money, to living better life, and you will definitely accelerate your advancement of this process, following the shortcut to having more, or any of other of my programs. It's really very potent, very powerful process and modality, and I hope that this simple video helped you to understand how actually you have to do tapping. Thank you very much, you did really great, and hope to see you soon. Thank you very much. This was Sasha James, and I'm signing off.